Okay, so I'm at a good point. I have finished um, getting my drop down stuff ready. So I can click on a period. I can click on Mathy. This was the wrong one again. Is this one? So I can click on a period. I can click on someone and they show up. But there's still three big things left, which are like the um, meat of the code. So there's a few things I want to have happen. I want to know if I've started the timer or not. So when I click on this button, it needs to turn red when the timer starts. And this should fill up with a counter. The total trip should also go up by 1, right, when I click on start. But when I click on stop, it should not. When I click on stop, the timeout should stay and stop counting. And the total time should be added. So that would be like my next big goal. So looking at my two big goals, I did the drop downs, but I still need to do all of this stuff, and that can be for next week. And this one's going to be where a lot of my math is, so I need to start a timer and count. I'm going to need to add the time to each student's list. There's a lot of stuff. If you want to see what it looks like in action, here it is. So here's a student I will pick. So I'll go Vincent and I'll go Ajane. And when I start, this is everything I want to have happen. So it should populate Ajane. This should be counting. This should go up 1. And I can see it's counting. So I'm going to say she went to the bathroom really fast and stop it at 10 seconds. And this should turn back green, and it does. And it adds to the total timeout. The total trips is still at 1, which is good. And you can see how I updated my list. I said, hey, Ajane's been out once now. I can see this 1 here. I said, hey, she was out 11 seconds, so I updated that list. And then I decided, hey, I'm going to add all the trips up in this list using a loop to count this. Hey, I'm going to add all the times up using a loop to count this. So I have lots of ifs in my code. It's a lot of lifts. Like, here's my total trips. I just summed all the trips up in that list. Here's my total time. It's a lot of good stuff. But I can talk about how I broke that down later. If I add to Vincent, now there's been 2 total trips for the class, and he's been out for 5 seconds. When I stop it, it should add this number to here. So let's hope it stays around 21. I always got 11, but yes. When I click on periods and I click on a new student, the total trip should go to only 1 because 4th period hasn't really gone yet. So, and it works for both. What I want you guys to do is to fill out the worksheet that I gave, the sub is giving you. It's also on Google Classroom if you want to do it digitally. And I'll take a look at it. So I want to know, what are the things that you interact with? Those questions are big. What happens when you interact with those inputs? These questions will guide you to what you need to do. So what changes when you click on those things? Do you need all the variables? So do you need list variables? Do you need numbers, strings? I want you to list all your lists, and then try to think of like 2 or 3 big tasks in your app to break it up. Break down each task. So task 1, task 2, if you have a task 3. And for the day, try to complete one of those tasks. One thing that I also like to do at the end of the day, whenever I'm working on something like this, is to do a little reflection question. So I just want to know, what did you finish today? What did you want to finish today? And then, like, sometimes you don't know everything. You need to finish something, right? So if you did not finish, I want to know, like, what can I do to help you? So let me know. And thank you for watching. That was 25 minutes.